What is up, Bearded Nation? Allek from Bearded Collectibles here, coming to you with our episode 9 podcast. As always, I am joined by my co-host, Tony.
What's up, guys?
And we're here to talk about a few items on the agenda, right? We are excited about Set 2. The cards are just only enhancing the experience. And I know we are a spoiler-free super zone when it comes to the anime. But if you haven't watched the anime, guys, you really need to catch up. Last night's hour-long episode was ridiculous. And I can't wait for the next one, which is another hour episode. I don't know if you knew that, Tony.
But it's 2 weeks away still, isn't it?
I know, but still. It's crazy. I mean, would you rather get an hour episode every 2 weeks or every week 30 minutes?
Every week 30 minutes. That's me, though.
I agree with you. Forget about, Floyd Mayweather and McGregor breaking whatever. Goku and Jiren broke the internet last night because there was no site that you could even stream it off of. Crunchy went down. All these other third-party sites that I didn't even know about. I was at a local's house, Jesus' house, and it was crazy because they couldn't see. I saw the episode at my shop. And I had to bounce it off like some site in Russia. And when I went there, I know a little bit of Japanese, but when I went to their house or to his house, they wanted to see it with subtitles, and that's where the issue lied. Is that they usually broadcast the episode, and then 30 minutes to an hour later, they comes on Crunchy, but their servers were just slammed, jam packed. Again, guys, if you have not seen it, please go start watching it. By your support in watching it, preferably paid, but I know you don't have to pay for a subscription. The more numbers they get, the longevity of the series will occur. I mean, that's kind of a fair statement, right, Tony?
I agree.
Cool. So that's all we're going to talk about. The Super Show. It was just ridiculous. Go watch it. Can't wait. 2 weeks. Damn it, I should put like a countdown on the website, Tony, because it's ridiculous. But one of the things that happened on Friday, the green cards were released. Now, I'm not talking about the spoilers, which that happened from the NYCC Comic Con. Those were talk about that shortly after these. But Tony, these green cards, they're going to change the game. They're changing the meta. I believe the androids are too strong.
I don't know about too strong, but they're pretty good. I got to pull up the spoilers. I guess I'm not prepared.
You told me you were prepared.
I obviously lied to you.
Clearly. So, we got, how many leaders did we get? We got 3 uncommons, and did they show the rare uncommons too? Or
Just sell.
Just sell, right?
I'm pretty sure I don't know. I'm guessing we only get 1 rare for each again. Sell's actually insane, though.
Well, let's start with or do you want to start with Cell? Or do you want to start from the beginning?
Whoever you want, because I'm still trying to find. I've never looked at the website on the computer before, just on the phone.
Well, here, I'll send it to you right
I'm ready.
now.
I'm there. You can go ahead.
Okay. All right. So one of the leaders that we are getting is the what is this? I mean, the rare Cell, right? This is the one you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Let's start off with that one. So, Rare Cell says activate main once per turn. Place 1 card from your hand under this card. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost 3 or less and KO that card. He awakens when you go to 4 or less. Draw 2 cards, flip it over. And on the back it says place 1 card from your hand under this card. Draw 2 cards once per turn. And then another once per turn. Place 2 cards from under this card in the drop area. Choose up to 1 opponent battle card and KO that card. No double strike, none of that mumbo jumbo. Because I think if this card had double strike, it would be insane. But just the ability to blow up first on the front, 4 or less, 3 or less, and KO that card, and on the back, it's just choose 1 battle card and KO that card. Good lord, Tony, this is... Come on, you can't tell me this is too strong.
I mean, the front side has no hand advantage. You're gonna be burning up your hand. But what's cool about the cell is you can play your whole deck with no removal. You just you can play a couple, but you don't have to play Goten because your level 1 just does it. Every card in your deck is Goten. When you flip, he's the only leader I think off the top of the head that when you attack you don't draw. You have to use his power. But his power gives you steam to use his destruction power. So it makes you cycle your hand, I guess. You have to give up something to get a card every turn like everybody else. But I guess the trade-off with that is you don't have to attack. Like if you don't want to attack, you don't have to attack to get that draw.
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, there's times where players feel like they, for whatever reason, they have to attack, they have to do something. I've played before where I just draw and pass. Draw, place of energy, and pass. Like there's no need to if you don't need it at that current moment. It really depends on the build and what you're fighting against, but you don't have to attack every turn. You can set out your board, just continue to build that board presence that, when you're ready, you just annihilate your opponent.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of times where attacking is rough, so you got to really be like, do I want to attack and draw this card, give him a card from his life, put him closer to flipping, whatever. Cell is just like, draw, power up, draw again, pass. Like, the more times you pass, the more times you can just be like, I don't want to do it this turn, but I'm still going to break somebody. So he, punishes your opponent for just draw passing.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, because, you build up that steam, and, we've talked in the past how much you just absolutely love that every card in this game has haste. But, I mean, it's still at sorcery speed, so it's not instant. They still can't, play something and you pop them right then and there because it doesn't work that way. But the simple fact that you're able to just pop anybody, really, man, that's going to be so difficult for you to play some of the high cost cards because you usually build up towards that, like the Beerus Lord of Destruction or some of the Brolys. You better make that turn count, because if you pull out, Beerus one turn too early, he's just going to go bye-bye.
Yeah, for sure. He makes your opponent play a whole different game. A big thing with him, too, is, during your front side, you're removing the little guys. We got a couple relevant 3 guys coming up that we either talked about or we're going to talk about here soon. But realistically, you can flip and have 4 or 5 cards underneath you already. Even activating this power twice is huge. It's
definitely a strong leader. I can't wait to see more Cell. The Cell builds coming out when set 3 comes out. November 3rd, guys. Less than 30 days. I think we're at the 25-day mark? Something like that?
Not sure.
Math.
I'm not doing that.
Anyways. Yeah. So the other leaders that we got are uncommon. Son Gohan, if it says on the front when this card attacks, if Son Goku's in your drop area, this card gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Now, I've been asked before as a judge. I'm not a judge, guys, but if I'm running tournaments on my store, my rule is law, right? I give players, if I rule incorrectly, I give them 5 minutes to figure out, show me proof that I'm wrong. If not, then rule stands, right? And I try to be very consistent with my rulings. And of course, when the judge program comes out, I'll be taking the quiz because it feels only adequate since I am the owner of the store. By the way, before I continue with this card, I wanted to retract the previous statement I said last week. I said that there was no information on the Bandai, on the DBS card game site. It's funny because after I said that, the next day I found it, and I guess it's been there for a while. So, but all it says is coming soon. So, going back to the card, I've been asked that if I combo, and the situation was, the question was asked, can I, if I have the Goku, which one was it? The Enraged?
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Well, the Goku that with the Krillin in the graveyard, he gains triple strike. I was asked this, if they're in the combo area. When you're comboing, this doesn't consider the drop area, and that's not the drop area. That's still the combo area until the end of that turn. So same concept with this. Goku has to be in the drop area for him to gain the 5K boost when he attacks. So.
Well, this one's even worse because this one requires the timing of when you attack. So you've already attacked. Like triggers when you attack. Like when you attack, draw a card. That's only timing for that. Besides the fact that combo is in play and not in the discard pile anyway.
Yeah, but for example, like if you have somebody else and you don't have a Goku in your drop area just yet, you can attack with them first, combo with the Goku, and then attack with this.
Absolutely.
So, and then the backside is when this card attacks, draw a card. Activate battle once per turn. Remove all of your cards in the drop area from the game. This card gains 5,000 power and triple strike. So this has to happen before you swing, obviously, right? Or is in the battle area. So at what point can you say I'm activating this ability?
Active battle. That's the combo phase. So you just combo with it.
Oh, true.
So they can't negate your attack and you automatically lose the game.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't lose the game anyways. Oh, yes, sorry.
Yes, you would.
Sorry, I didn't read that last part. So, yeah, I mean, this is a Hail Mary. That's crazy, right?
I don't like
Not a fan of this card. Nope.
It's not bad. There'll be times where you're just triple strike, 20k plus my combo. And of course they're going to be like, Zeno button, you lose the game? I don't like it. I don't like things
you had to bring up
where
Zeno button, huh?
You have to gamble like that.
Jeez.
I'm not saying it's bad, it's just not for me.
This is true. So the next ones we're going to talk about is Android 17, right? Yep. So, Tony, I just sent you an IM, by the way. Android 17, right? Permanent. Reduce the energy costs of Android 17 and 18 in your hand by 1. Awaken. When your life is at 6 or less, you may draw 2 cards and flip this card over. The only leader so far that we've seen that awakens when you're at 6.
So far,
yes. But, so the permanent for when you flip, right? He flips, he's still a 10k, but here's the catch, though. It still has to reduce the energy costs of Android 17 and 18 in your hand by 1. And then the other thing it says is, if your life is at 4 or less, all of your Android 17 and 18 gain 5,000 power. When this card attacks, draw a card. Now, the question is, does this card gain 10k? Because on the bottom of the card, it says Android 17/18.
What sucks is I can see it being interpreted either way.
Exactly. And I hope that it's... So here's the thing, the androids, and it's funny because the actual name of this card is Diabolical Duel Android 17 and 18. It doesn't have double strike, it doesn't have anything like that, which is interesting because I would think it would have at least double strike because obviously both of them are on the card. So let's play devil's advocate, right? If it does give you that means both on defending and attacking, he's a 20k. So that means regardless, your opponent, if he attacks with his leader, he's gonna have to combo. He's gonna have to spend 2 cards for you to pitch 1 or 2, right? Yeah.
He has to discard 1 to tie you, but yeah.
1 to tie, then you have to pitch 2. So I can see. I mean, if it's not, then this.
My guess is, as intended, it should just be the 5k. I doubt they're going to have anybody that's a 20k on defense, at least this early in the game. And I don't know. It says, let me read the exact wording. All your Android 17 and 18s. I mean, I can still see it going either way, which sucks.
Yeah, it can go both ways. I'm kind of hoping it does go the way of it gains 10k because I want this card to function and work. Like I am so excited for this card. I'm just one of the decks I'm going to build is a androids deck. I'm not going to spoil any more than that because I've seen almost the whole set already, and again, I'm not going to spoil anything. It's a privilege and a curse sometimes. So, yeah, I'm excited for this card. Like I want to see the official ruling on it. How much does it actually get, and go from there.
Thought it was confirmed already.
Oh God, God.
So what's also cool that we didn't really talk about is how it reduces the cost of 17s and 18s, like on both sides.
Yes. Now remember, guys, I'm pretty sure it won't reduce the cost of them in the combo area.
I don't know why it would.
Well, because I'm sure that's going to be asked.
Well, no, the energy cost is different than the combo cost.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying I'm sure people will ask that question. I'm sure that question is going to get asked. So, yeah, I'm just excited for this card, Tony. Like I can't wait. But let's go ahead and move on to, I guess, the next one on the list. Inherited Will Super Saiyan Son Goku, 6-drop, double strike at the end of the battle after this card attacks. Place this card in the drop area and choose up to one battle card whose character name includes Son Gohan in your hand and play it. So I feel like this set, there's a lot of trickery happening, right? Especially in green. Green wants you to do a few extra things. That's what it feels like to me. The kicker's going to be like the Son Gohan, even going down the road. Let's say the Son Gohan is a 8, 9, 10 drop, whatever. There's no limit on this card that says up to size, up to energy cost 4, 5, 6. There's no limit to this. This card costs 6, and all I'm saying is that it could be interesting going forward if we get another Son Gohan that's just ridiculous, out of this world. This card's going to be nasty with it.
Yeah, right now I don't think this card's that cool, even with the other one that we saw, especially since the other one we saw that I guess we'll talk about later has a if you evolved clause on him. Or does it? No, it doesn't. Does he?
No.
I don't remember. Oh, that was the Majin Buu. It says if you evolved. But
yep.
I don't know. Like, this kind of combo on a 6-drop is kind of like whatever to me. Especially with right now they're pushing the Goku Vegeta deck with Vegito, and I don't know. I have to see more Gohans for me to be worth it. Like, even the 7-drop to me. Like, I'll just pay one more later and not have to play this card at all.
Yeah. It's like I said, it will only get better with time if we get a sick Gohan, Son Gohan, that's just ridiculous and it's like an absurd number. You can for sure see this card being played to reduce that cost.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get that though. Like maybe like a Mystic Gohan who's
well, but Mystic Gohan is Adolescence Gohan, so we'll talk about that.
This just says like Gohan though. Like it doesn't matter what Gohan, what age. Or am I wrong?
You're wrong. Because on the fully trained Super Saiyan Son Gohan, it says Son Gohan childhood. Oh well. No, you're right. Maybe.
Because this just says a card which name includes.
Name includes. Gohan. Yeah, no, you're 100% right with that.
Yeah.
So, well, like I said, down the road it might be better. Bundle of Curiosity Son Goku. Green just got a more expensive Buu card from that's in blue. It's a 10k swing. But when you play this card, you draw a card. I mean, I'm going to see this card probably in some green decks just to the extra draw factor. I wish this was a 1-drop 5k to match the Majin Blue that they have in blue. So
we won't get that as a Goku just because of, like I was saying with the Goku deck. I couldn't imagine them giving us the 1-drop 7-cost top Goku plus a 1-drop draw card Goku. That would just be insane. with printing that Vegito at the same time. Card's good. It's cool. Now Blue's not the only guy who's like, cool, I'll just draw a card. It's not as cool as Boo because, it's 2 costs instead of 1. But definitely see play. And it's really cool, too, because there's so many Gokus who you want to evolve. Or that have evolved. And then you could play this one who's just like, I'll draw a card. I'm a little bit harder to kill because I'm a 10k. And now I'm Super Saiyan 3, double strike, dual attack.
Yep. So, and the Gohan we were referencing before this card was the fully trained Super Saiyan Son Gohan. 4-drop, double strike. When you play this card, choose up to 1 Piccolo with an energy cost 3 or less from your deck and play it, then shuffle your deck. This is interesting, right?
So I would just play him and not I definitely wouldn't play my 6-cost Goku to search for him.
Agreed. But I like how, again, their green feels like it's taking a lot more from the deck, right? Because now you can search for a Piccolo up to 3 costs or less and just play it.
No, I feel like this card's massive.
So if you're playing like a blue-green deck, you can play this, grab the, if you have 4 life or less, grab the Piccolo, combo with it, draw a card. It's just, yes, it's massive.
It's also the new Piccolo we're going to talk about in a minute, who is just
I know, I just
really insane.
They didn't want to jump around. The Supreme DNA Son Gohan, if there are 2 or more Son Gokus in your drop area, reduces energy cost by 2. It costs 3. It's a common. Full Power Vegeta. Yeah. When you play this card, choose any number of your opponent battle cards with energy cost 2 or less, for which the total adds up to 3 or less, and KO them. Interesting. If they have a lot of 1-drops, like you said earlier with the Gokus or even the Brolys, just KO 3 of them. I know locally there's a lot of players that play the 1-drop, like, Majin Boos and like some other 1-drops, just to have them on the board so they can combo with them later down the road, and they just starts wiping them off. So
yeah,
I can see where
like the Bardock too. It's very similar, and it being named Vegeta is really helpful for the Vegito build. This card's really definitely going to see play.
Then we have a common vanilla Vegeta, full power Trunks. Now here's an interesting one, right? It's a 4-drop, full power Trunks, triple strike, permanent. All of your opponent battle cards gain blocker. You're probably thinking, Beard, Tony, why would I want to give all my opponent's battle cards blockers? Now, first, blocker's an optional effect, right? If they want to redirect the attack, they can. But let's take it a step back, right? Let's say you give everybody your opponent has, right? Let's say they have a full field out there. They have Beeruses. They have 5-6 cards out there, and you're facing almost sudden death. You give them blocker, and then you play that Goku that bounces all the blockers.
Okay, you're just playing bad cards now for no reason.
I mean, I'm just giving you guys examples.
I'm just glad you didn't go on the hit thing. I'm going to give you blockers so I can negate it. Why?
No. I saw that thread. I shook my head. Honestly, the simple fact that you're able to bounce blockers could be crucial. It's something I will be trying out. You may call it bad now, but you've been wrong in the past before. So
wait, when?
A few times. We won't go into that.
Anyway, what I like about this Trunks that he combos with the next Trunks.
Yes. So Aura of Rage Super Saiyan Trunks, right? 3-drop. Auto, during your turn, when you combo with this card from your hand, choose up to one of your opponent's cards for a blocker of energy cost 3 or less and KO it. So,
now obviously Go 10 is still better. But the advantage of this guy is that he's named Trunks. So if you're trying to play the Trunks package, or if you need it off a rip with Bulma, you have that. Also, with some of the new blockers, we might even just see more relevant blocker targets, specifically you, Yajirobe.
Yeah. So, call it what you want. I'm still going to test out that deck and build it and see how it works, how it functions. Call it bad now, but I'm not wiping that deck off the off the sheet just yet. I'm very excited for that. Play some trickery with that. Sure, your opponent gets cards in their hands, but now they got to replay all those cards if they want them back on the field. Neither here nor there. Ready Strike Piccolo, 3 costs. Blocker. By the way, for those of you guys who thinking about a god deck, he is a god. His label as special trait is god. Auto, at the end of their turn, your opponent must choose cards from their hand until they are only 6 remaining and place the chosen cards in the drop area. This card just shit on Vegeta.
Well, it's not just Vegeta. A lot of decks are like, oh, I'm just going to build up my hand. It really is a card that we needed, and because of him specifically, decks are going to be playing more green.
Yes, and there's going to be a lot less stall decks, because sometimes people play their energy pass, or summon something pass. Now it's 6 cards. Pick them, discard the rest. This card's going to see a lot of play.
Also, let's mention that he's a single green cost, so he's definitely splashable as well. Plus, like, if they're like building up a hand and you're like turn 4, I'll just play Gohan, get Piccolo. You just played 2 threats. Well, Piccolo's 15, but he's also a blocker. And their hand has to either use it or lose it.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna make a lot of people rush or play differently. Like so far, people were so worried about all the blue cards that came out. All the green cards I'm excited for. And it feels like the meta in set 2 is just going to go a complete different direction of set 1 stall decks, which I'm so happy about.
X, straight blue X.
I know, and I'm so happy about because we might even be able to do best of 3. Anyways.
I prefer best of 3.
I don't know, man. There's some people that say that there's no competitive card game that does best of 3, and I just shook my head when I heard that.
Like Magic the Gathering, the ultimate.
They absolutely said no competitive card game, and I was just like, I'm not gonna respond to this thread. Like, I don't want to be tagged on this thread. I might have to tag you, Tony, so you can just.
I want no part of this.
Destined Deed Krillin, right? 2-drop, 2 mandatory greens, right? Blocker, permanent. If Android 18 is in your battle area or leader area, you can play this card from your hand without paying its energy cost.
And this card will only be in the Android. Well, see, it sucks too because before you flip, Android 17, 18 is not in your command area or whatever. Your leader
area. Yes, you're absolutely correct. But I like it that you're able to play for free, right? Because it's anything you can play for free. Obviously, is always a nice catch.
The problem with playing this for free is if you have to pay for it, it's overcosted.
Agreed. I don't know. Maybe we'll get an Android 18 leader in a different color.
It's a possibility.
So, and then of course, Yamcha had to show his face. Luckily, he's only a vanilla, so whatever. Goodbye, Yamcha. Let's talk about Tien. Because Tien, for me...
God, Tien.
First, let me say this. In PNZ, I loved my red, ruthless Tien deck. Like, it was so fun to play, so unpredictable, and I just loved that turn 1, go get Tri-Beam, and you would see opponent's face. Like, if I would draw opening hand 2 Tri-Beams and go pull a third, you're going to have a bad day. And that, for whatever reason, happened most of the time.
Because that deck, it lets you tutor. But it's cool.
It is such a fun deck. I still have it built. But Tien, he's a 3-drop, 2 mandatory green, right? It's funny because they say Earthling, but he's not really an Earthling. But we won't go into that. Auto, at the end of the battle, after you combo with this card from your hand, if your leader is green, play this card. Activate main. Choose 1 card in your life and place it in a drop area. Choose 1 card in your life and add it to your hand. Then choose up to 1 opponent battle card and KO that card. Now, another thing. He's a 10k combo, but he's the only card we've seen so far that requires 2 combos or two energy to combo with. There's no other card right now that requires that. But the best part is, this card can be splashed in any color. And what I mean by that is you can splash this in any color, pay the 2 to combo with him, and then use his activate main phase next time. And I mean, he's on your field. The card is nuts.
He can be splashed in any color, but your leader has to be green.
Oh, this is true. Never mind. LOL.
I mean, but with the new leaders, there's going to be decks that aren't going to be like, oh, my leader's red because my deck's red. That's really irrelevant. Only thing that really affects, like, right now is a couple cards, but it's going to be cards like this. We got one for every color so far that goes into play. And then, of course, the Perfect Guard or whatever we decide to call them, the 10k blocks. Those are really the only cards that matter what your leader is. You can play an all-yellow deck and have a blue leader, nobody cares. You'll just have 4 Piccolos in your deck, and you'll be fine.
Exactly. And, guys, like, if you guys never seen Team 4 Stars highlights on the TN's Last Stand against Cell about Tri-Beams, every time I would go to a regional, this is what I would play because it's so hilarious. I'm not going to play it because it actually has some language in there. But if you've never seen it, go watch it. It is hilarious. It's one of the... Honestly, when I think about TN, this is the moment I think about how he held down Cell in the anime. And I'm so excited to see this card. I'm so excited to play with this card. Well,
before we move any further, let's talk about turn 2 flipping Android 17.
Okay.
I guess I'll explain it then.
Go ahead.
So, turn 2, you have 2 energy, and you attack with Android 17. You combo with TN. TN goes into play, so your 3-drop was played on turn 2, and his power requires you to discard an energy and then put one in your hand, effectively hitting you for 2. The Android 17 says at 6 life, you get to flip. So on turn 2, you drew a card from your life with TN, and then flipped and drew 2 cards. And then you attacked and drew a card. That's on your turn 2. Plus you have 10k TN in play, who's probably realistically going to die. But he still powered you up and flipped you and gave you a bunch of cards.
Yes. Yes, perfect strategy for that. That's why I'm so excited for the Android package. I can't wait. Card is going to be ridiculous. Deck is going to be ridiculous. Anything else you want to say for that before we move on?
That's it. It's going to be a deck. Oh, I didn't draw TN Mulligan 6.
Oh, man. Yes, I can't wait for that.
You think I'm kidding?
No, I'm not. It's gonna be fantastic. Evolving Evil Lifeform Cell. It's a 5-drop, 2 mandatory green, Union Absorb. Now this is a skill that we haven't seen. Absorb, I guess.
Let's
Place
skip this one and go to the one that should be before it, the 3-drop, which is next.
Oh, sure. Why did it do that?
I had no idea.
So the 3-drop Cell is actually like, the first time you see Cell, that's what it looks like. Growing Evil Lifeform Cell, 3-drop, 2 mandatory green. Absorb, place 1 Android 17 from your hand under this card. Choose up to 1 Cell with an energy cost 5 or less from your deck and place it on top of this card. Shuffle your deck afterwards. It is technically, if you think about it, you're paying 4, right? You're paying 3 to play him, and then 1 card from your hand, so to me, I guess it's 4, to go get a 5-drop. Which is the one I was talking about previously. It combos great. That's what it's meant to do, right? Because now it says place 118 from your hand, and then choose 1 cell, any cell from your deck, and place it on top of this card. Double strike, auto. When you play this card with Union, draw 1 card, which is called Union Absorb. Then choose up to 1 opponent battle card and KO that card. So you can go from, if you have 17, 18 in hand, you can go from pretty much imperfect cell, I guess is what it's called, or what is the first form of cell called?
Doesn't matter. We all know what we're talking about.
Yep. Go all the way up to final form cell.
Yeah, on turn 2, because why not?
Yeah, because it's interesting. It's very. Sorry, I just got a PM saying that I'm not being great customer service to this person.
We can suck it.
Oh man. So it's yeah, because so the 5-drop is a 20k, and you play this, and then you can go grab the last cell you need to go all the way up. So we'll talk about that last cell here shortly, and
Before we move on, like, already looking at it, this has the same problem a lot of the other Gokus I didn't like have. If you have to hardcast him, like say you don't Union Evolve him, paying 5 for a 20k double strike is awful.
I mean, sure. Yes, it's yeah, because the 4 yeah.
But that's it.
Well,
we can move on.
Well, I mean, because the other cell, I mean, you can even go get that promo cell, right, and play it on top of this.
Maybe. That's true. You could definitely do that, but it depends on what the 7 costs or whatever the next cell is.
Oh, it's not listed in here, so.
It's not yet.
But then, yeah, I mean, and it doesn't say a cell from a green. It could be any cell in any color, so you can splash it around, I guess, per se.
Right, but what I'm saying is it depends if we play this one, or if we play the promo one, just based on what the higher cost cell does.
Yes. Yeah, we gotta wait and see. So, then we got some Cell Juniors, uncountable many Cell Juniors. I don't know. Uncountable many Cell Juniors. That just sounds weird to me because they're Anyways, the 3-drop. When you play this card, if your leader card is Cell, play 2 Cell Junior tokens. Cell Junior tokens have 10k power, 0 combo cost, 5k combo power. So I haven't seen any Cell Junior tokens, so I'm assuming, Tony, you're going to do the same thing with anytime you need tokens and just grab random cards, right?
Normally I would, except I have infinite Cell Juniors from Pansy, so I'll probably actually use Cell Juniors. You
know what's funny about that? That I have so many fulls of those. Maybe I should just put those back on the website.
Yo, not even kidding.
So, next card we're going to talk about, Expanding Energy Android 17. 5-drop, 2 mandatory green, double strike. When this card attacks, draw cards until you have 4 cards in your hand. The effect is cute. I'm not a fan as a 5-drop.
But if you're playing Android 17, he's not a 5-drop.
He's a 4-drop.
Which then actually becomes insane.
Agreed. I mean,
so what's also cool about this guy is that he counters Broly, which honestly I don't know if he'll be around post set 2, but he also works well with Broly if you don't get Broly's ring, and makes you feel real good about playing 2 objections early on. Like, feel real good. Oh, cool! I lost my hand, then drew 4 cards.
I don't know, man. We've heard in the past objection is a bad card, but
worst
we don't use
worst card North America.
We don't use that terminology on this podcast.
I do all the time, and I shouldn't. Whatever.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're obviously this is definitely going into like the 17-18 deck, and there's so much potential with this. If it wasn't that it reduces cost by 1, I probably wouldn't play this. But again, if this card, I could see being a sideboard card.
Also, in the 17-18 deck, it'll eventually be a 25k, and it just becomes so massive in the actual deck.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that small portion.
Slightly relevant,
Yeah. I mean, it's growing on me. Okay, it's growing on me. It's been a long day today.
But I think you're right. Like, it wouldn't really see play in other decks because for 5, there's going to be people who always do something, not just when your hand's low.
So here's what I'm excited about. The next, oh no, so it's weird. So the way they have this set up. So now it goes to twin brother Android 17, right? 3-drop, one mandatory green, 15k. So if you have the 17-18 package, he's actually a 2-drop. Common auto once per turn. When this card attacks, you can place one card from your hand in the drop area. If you do, choose up to one Android 18 in your battle area and switch it to active. Right? So I'm going to jump down to 18 and say Twin Sister 18 says the same thing for the cost. And once per turn, when this card attacks, you may place one card from your hand in the drop area. If you do, choose up to one Android 17 in your battle area and switch it to active mode. Why is this relevant? Because it's ridiculous. They automatically become 20Ks, right? Let's say you have Twin Brother 17 out with Twin Sister 18 out. Let's say you have 4 cards in your hand, right? You can attack with 4 20Ks 4 times, right? 6 times. And then you can attack 6 times if you have 4 cards in your hand, right? Because you is it 5 times 6? And then with the expanding energy 17, you attack with them last, and you gain 4 cards back in your hand.
Well, hold on. Let's back it up. First of all, you can untap any 17 or 18. You don't have to untap the Twin Brother.
No, I know that.
Multiple times. But it also says once per turn. So we got to keep that in mind too.
This is true. For whatever reason, you know what's funny, Tony? That I've seen these without half of this information on there. That the final version. Maybe I should just go back and read the final versions because I'm getting so hype about what I've seen.
Well, like realistically, untapping the draw 4 Android 17 even once could be huge. He's like, whatever, I'll just combo my hand. I don't care. I'm drawing a new one.
Yeah, exactly. So it's once per turn. So instead of the 6, how I got so hard on 4, technically it's if you have both of them in play, what swing once, swing
it
with
lets
this
you
one.
make another one attack once per guy that you have.
But still, so you got 420k swinging in pretty much, and then your opponent has to combo off it if they're not already 17 or 18. So
it got better for me. For whatever reason, I thought that they could only untap their brother and sister versions, the little 3-drop versions. I didn't care. But the fact that like the little 18 can untap the big 17, we didn't even talk about big 18 yet.
No, not sure because I got too excited because like I said, like I've seen those cards like before they were finalized, and that's what is flashing back. So I need to slow down, read the cards before we talk about them. So the big 18 says is a 5-drop, 2 mandatory green double strike. When this card attacks a leader card, your opponent chooses 1 card from their hand and places it into the drop area.
Basically, just little Goten.
Exactly, but she's a 25k if you have the Android package.
Yeah, and Goten too. Why not? Just play both. Whatever.
Just play both. Give her their hand. Why not? So, Encroaching Terror Android 19. When this card attacks, draw 1 card, and this card gains 5k power for the duration of the turn. It's a 2-drop, 1 mandatory green. It starts off only as a 5k. I don't like this card.
Yeah, it's what's cute about it is you can kind of like bait them to attack it. It's really cool because it's green. You're gonna be like attack, draw a card, and then they attack you, and you're just like King Vegeta.
Fair,
but that's pretty convoluted, honestly. Like it's cute, I guess, but you can just play Goku, who is a 10k, and you're definitely drawing 1 card, which is all you're probably gonna get off him anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, like you know, if your leader is flipped or for whatever reason you're able to draw cards. I can see this being included in the cell package so that you can just attack and automatically draw a card if needed.
Right, but Goku, you just play and draw a card. It'll be cute if anybody ever tries to build that Frieza that I don't like that lets you untap dudes end your turn.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, sure, but this, every time it attacks, you draw a card.
Right. But then he's a 5k that you can just be attacked.
I mean, if they're gonna spend their time, you know, going after a 10k pretty much. If they're at 15, if you don't combo, then they're just gonna let it be. You're gonna draw your cards, sure. For whatever reason, I can see this being in the cell deck. So,
Why Cell specifically?
Just so that when he attacks, draws a card. Because right now, on the flip side, he doesn't draw a card.
Oh, but he still draws card off his power.
No, I get that, but if you don't want to, if you don't want to do your power, you can alternative method do this.
I guess.
So,
but then it also gives them an option to attack with their leader to draw a card to not your leader to give you damage. I don't like it. Plus, if he's attacking all the time, you can never combo with him.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Next up is Terrible Creator Android 20, right? 2 costs, 1 mandatory green. When you play this card, choose up to 1 battle card which includes Android in its name other than Android 20 from your deck and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck.
Yeah, super dope. Super
strong. Yeah, because, I mean, any Android card you can pull out that's obviously not Android 20, especially if you're running the Android package, Androids, they're just going to flood the field. Like,
what's also interesting about him, too, is unlike most tutors, he's on curve. Like, you look at Bulma specifically, she's like, oh, I'm poop. I'm a 1K. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe most of them aren't that bad. I'm just making fun of Bulma.
Well, because, I mean, I think most of them are bad because they say the top 7, right, of your life deck. You know, guys, it's top 7, not top 8. Somebody was seen doing it with top 8 and they miss. But we won't talk about that. Neither here nor there. This actually lets you choose a card in your deck with Android.
Anywhere in your deck.
Anywhere. Like, it's not top 7, not top 8, not top 10. Anywhere in your deck. And bring it out. Excited about that because here's the man I want to talk about. Iron Hammer of Justice, Android 16. He's a 3-drop, 2 mandatory green, blocker, revenge, and when this card KOs your opponent's battle card, switch this card to active mode.
Yeah, super nuts.
So you can start going after, I don't know, some of the cards on the field.
So I don't like to be all I have tech. I'm going to not tell anybody about it. One thing I was really hoping to do, I mean, I haven't really seen the whole pool yet, but I really want to evolve into Golden Frieza to dull their whole board and then play this guy and just go in. Just like straight go in. I mean, it's 9 mana is the problem there, but...
Yeah. I'm just super excited for this card because, you know, you're able to continue to attack once it becomes active again, so...
well, it's also scary to attack into like block, revenge, kill your guy. Your guy died, untap.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna have to deal with this. I mean, I kind of wish he was at the 4-drop level, and the reason why I say that is because he can easily be KO'd by Gotenks combo or stuff like that. So
I think that's fine because of what I just said: attack, block, kill your guy, combo once. I'm fine. You want to attack again? No, because I'm stupid Android 16. Absolutely fine at 3 cost.
I really like this card. I can't wait to get my hands on them. As the famous Max will say, he doesn't like it because it doesn't come in foil. So
yeah, I don't like it either for that reason. So I'm with Max.
So the next card, Cell Absorption. Activate main. Your opponent chooses 2 cards from their hand and place them in a drop area. My issue with this card is it's a 4 cost. Sure, you know it's to get rid of 2 cards from your opponent's hands. 2 mandatory greens, but
So the way this game works is if you're not playing a dude, you're probably falling behind. Like in general. So I would rather just play a 4-drop than try to rip their hands.
Yep.
Especially on like turn 4, like okay, cool, I'll discard my 6 and 7 costs and keep going. We'll be fine.
So, and then the next card I'm actually excited about is Enraged Gohan Awakening. 2-drop, 2 costs, mandatory 2 green, counterattack. Place 1 card from your hand in a drop area. Choose one of your opponent's attacking battle cards and KO it. Why am I excited for this card? Because pretty much I'm spending 2 cards to get rid of something that's heavy hitting, something that's super relevant that I don't want on the field.
My problem with this is the longer the game goes on, the less you want to see it.
Agreed. But I mean, if they swing in, counterattack, please KO it. So Whis doesn't get around this card, right? The 12 drop Whis? Because you're not negating. It just says KO it, so.
Yeah, I don't know why he would get around it. He definitely doesn't. My problem is, once you play one of them, they're just going to play a turn behind, and you'll never play another one. Past that, it's only going to work against certain decks, Rose, Android 17 and 18, people with ramp, or cell evolving. It sounds like a lot, but it also has to have happened. Because they have to cost more than the energy they have.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, wait, did you jump to the Feathersong Kame?
Is that what I was talking about? The wrong card altogether?
You were.
Oh. Okay, the Gohan one's good. I didn't even read it. I thought I knew what we were talking about. I was just on the wrong card.
I mean, I did read it out, though, so that's the funny part. Yeah, it plays one card.
Gratitude.
How about you stop trying to build decks and actually pay attention to the podcast?
I'm not trying. I'm just sorting all this mess.
So the one Tony was talking about is the Father Son Kamehameha. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost larger than or equal to the opponent's amount of total energy and KO it. Is a cost 1 green. It's cute, but if
Everything
they have,
I just said?
Yeah, exactly. Everything Tony said. I'm not even gonna touch that card. Lastly, which is interesting, so I'm assuming this last card kind of falls under the same as like Broly's Ring, right? Cell's Birth. It has a field. Place and activate this card in a battle area. It remains in a battle area until you activate another field. When you do, place this card in a drop area. Permanent. If your leader card is Cell, reduce the energy cost of all cells in your hand by 2. Auto. When you play Cell, place this card in a drop area. Right? We all know that you can start comboing with the other Cell. How much does the other Cell cost? The 3 drop, right? So it becomes a 1
3.
cost?
Yeah, this is what I was talking about, though, where you just on turn 2, because you play this turn 1, turn 2 you play Cell, and if you have the perfect hand, you can go to whatever high-cost Cell they print for us on turn 2.
How big is a promo?
How big is what? He's a 5, I think. Cost.
Is he a 5? I'm looking it up right now. Where are you, Cell? Trunks? Nope. Yeah, he's a 5 drop.
That negates the first combo they try to use.
So is that really the final ruling, or can you pick the combo card?
I haven't seen any actual ruling on it, but I also haven't really looked for one either.
So yeah, because the promo cell has double strike revenge, and then once per turn, when this card is in the battle and opponent combos, if it is your turn, choose the card with which they comboed and place it in a drop area. So I think that's one of the questions we have. The final questions with that one.
Most of the effects in this game, you just have to do it. Kind of like when you attack, you have to draw. All that good stuff. I feel like you just have to do it or miss. Or the specific one that I was comparing it to was attack and draw with front side of Champa. So if you attack with a guy who's under 10k or whatever his thing is, I think it's 10k, 15k, whatever. You have to trigger it even if it would fail, and that's your one activation for the turn. And that's right out of the FAQ.
That's fair. So that is all the green cards we were shown. Let's talk about. Do you want to start talking about some of those cards we were released or shown at the NY Comic Con?
No, I do.
So this Gohan, right?
Oh, Facebook sucks.
The 7-drop Gohan, 2 mandatory green, piercing Super Saiyan 2 Sun Gohan. evolve for 6, 2 mandatory green onto Sun Gohan Childhood, double strike. When you play this card and your opponent combos during the duration of that turn, choose all of your opponent battle cards in the battle area and combo area with energy costs of 3 or less and place them in the drop area.
This is the Gohan all the fanboys wanted. This is massive.
Yeah, so he's a 25k. So here's the question: so if they play like one of those 10k boosts, do they still get to draw the card, right? And then it goes away.
It triggers. Yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't.
Yeah, this card is super strong.
Even with this card being this good, I still wouldn't play that Goku though.
Oh no! Yeah, Facebook sucks. I lost the discussion. I know. Crap. And I'm assuming you're not on Facebook to look at it, right?
What discussion are you talking about?
The one that was linked with all the photos of the next set.
I'll just tag. Well, I'm in the one that you linked me. That's in your Facebook message.
No, but that one just has that one picture.
No, the one I clicked on gave me the list.
Oh, then link it back then, because I don't see that.
Let's see. We should talk about Rose because I don't like it, but it's there and it's a super rare that it didn't get previewed with blue.
Yep. So it's an 8-drop, 3 mandatory blue, Unstoppable Despair Goku Black Rose, or Rosé for your true fanboys. 7 to evolve, 3 mandatory blue, triple strike, auto. When a card evolves into this card, if your leader is Goku Black, choose up to 3 of your opponent's energy and place them in the drop area. He's a 30k. Why don't you like this card?
I mean, sure, if you ramp hard, but you have to evolve to trigger his ability, and you have to evolve on 7 mana. At the point where you're at 7, let's say they're at 6, or 5 even. Sure, they go back to 2 and then back on to 3. I don't know. I guess it's cool. But I would also just rather win the game at that point instead of trying to set them back.
Yeah. So one of the key things I've seen with this arc, right, of the Future Trunks saga, I'm actually disappointed in the Goku Blacks that I've seen and the Rose. I kind of wish they were better. I don't know. I'm with you after reading that card more in depth. Not a fan of it either. Art looks cool though.
As much as I like Golden Frieza, cards that have to evolve like really leave a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I don't know. Next up, we got Determined Striker Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku. It's a 4-drop, 1 mandatory blue. Counterattack. Play this card and negate the attack. Permanent. When activating this card's counter, if you have 3 or less life, you may place 2 Saiyan from your hand in the drop area. If you do, reduce the energy cost of this card by 3 for the duration of the turn.
We already talked about this guy last week.
Did we? Oh yeah, that's right.
He's one of the regular spoilers. We had to skip through some of these, like the Trunks, the
Yep,
Coolers.
sorry. Well, because he's yellow, so. But yeah, so Secret Evolution Cooler, 3-drop, 2 mandatory yellow. If there are 3 or more Coolers Armored Squadron in your drop area, all Cooler in your hand gain evolve 3 yellow Cooler.
That's probably going to be pretty good. Just depends on what the Coolers do.
Yeah.
Evolving into like, I don't know, a 7 or 8 drop for 3 seems okay.
Oh yeah, that's. Well, when you say it like that, Tony, that's different, right? Because now we have the original Rose, I guess, if you want to call him that, the original guy with the I don't even know what movie you call it, the hand sword, besides Vegito. Cooler's Armored Squadron Leader Salza. Double Strike, activate main, remove this card from the game, choose one Cooler's Armored Squadron other than Salza from your drop area and play it. It gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn.
I mean, it's pretty good. Problem I have, though, is that the other cooler we just looked at wants you to have guys in your break zone or discard pile, and he removes the trigger.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's something like, you can technically swing with this guy, then activate main, and swing again with somebody else.
I mean, yeah, there's uses for it. It's not good synergy.
Yeah. Next, we got the Leader Front Meta Cooler. Auto, when you place this card in the leader area, choose one Big Getty Star from your deck and place it in the battle area in active mode. When you have 4 life left, you may draw 2 cards and flip this card over. And wow, yeah, the Nucleus of Evil Metal Cooler Core. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Activate main once per turn. If 3 or more of your Metal Cooler are in play, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and switch them to rest mode. That's cool. Auto, when this card attacks, place up to 3 cards from the top of your deck in the drop area. Choose up to one Metal Cooler or Metal Cooler Core from your drop area and add it to your hand.
What's nuts about him is that it definitely says up to 3, so you could mill 0 and still get a cooler back.
I'm sure that's going to be asked.
God damn it.
Cooler's Armor Squadron Knees. I never knew how his name pronounced. It's a 3-drop, 2 yellow mandatory. Yeah. When you play this card gains double strike for the duration of the turn. He's a 15k. Cute, I guess, but
He's only in there if you want to trigger that other cooler, which the more I look at these cards, the less I care about that specific cooler, and I would rather just play like better cooler stuff.
Yep. Next one is Cooler's Armor Squadron Dore. 3-drop, 2 mandatory yellow. Blocker. Auto. When this card is KO'd, remove this card from the game. Choose up to one Cooler's Armor Squadron other than Dore in your drop area and play it. So you can...
Another from game guy. Makes that other cooler like just seem goofy.
Yeah. The Big Getty Star is an extra card. Field. Place an active... well, that's what field means. Field when you... field. Place and activate this card in the battle area. It remains in the battle area until you activate another field. When you do, place this card in the drop area. Activate main. Cost 1. Switch this card to rest and place one card from the top of your deck. In the drop area, choose up to one Metal Cooler with an energy cost of 2 or less from your drop area and play it. So this could be pretty nuts because right now there's no really way to get rid of field cards, right, or extra cards. And if you have the other one, the other cooler that says pay 3 to evolve anything into cooler, or from one cooler to another, you're technically playing 4 to just recycle your coolers.
Yeah, this one says the same thing, right?
What's that?
Yeah, so it says up to 1, so you can just not. Oh no, you do have to mill 1.
Yeah, you have to mill 1.
But that's fine. What really matters though is what does the 2-cost cooler do? And then going back to the cooler I just made fun of, if you could just reanimate a 2-cost cooler for 1 and then evolve for 3, you play any cooler in your deck for 3, that seems okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, the cooler package. So far, one of the biggest ones I'm disappointed in is these Samasu Goku Black packages. I'm not feeling them. All right.
Well, what really bothers me, I know it's changing gear again, but...
well, that was the last card to talk about the Getty Star.
Well, no, because we got Boo to talk about still.
Oh, yeah.
To talk about. So, this cooler deck, it looks awesome, and people I know like Cell, or not Cell, Cooler, and the whole Frieza Army, Frieza Clan, whatever. This deck would be really good with the promo Cooler.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get.
But they are being reprinted, guys, so by all means, calm down. The promo Cooler is a 4-drop, 2 mandatory yellow, The 15K, it says crit. It has crit. If there are 7 or more cards in your drop area, this card gains 5K power and double strike. So,
yeah. And your whole deck's going to be cooler zombies.
yes. That's a potential deck. Potential. So last card actually is the Majin Buu, right? Which I wish I could find right now. Tony, if you have it, send it to me. Because I'm trying to look it up on the Facebook and... yeah, I can't...
Oh, I took a bunch of screenshots of Magic cards. Go figure.
Alright, this Buu, right? Crap, where'd it go?
Womp womp.
It's a 7-drop, 2 mandatory red, evolve 5, 3, or 6, 3 mandatory red onto Sun Gohan Adolescence. Dual attack. Activate main. Once per turn, choose 1 Sun Gohan Adolescence under this card. For the duration of the turn, this card can battle cards in active mode and gain all the skills of the chosen card. He's a 30K.
Oh, you know what? We have to go in the Dragon Ball chat, talk about the Gohan they showed us too, to talk about how insane this Buu is.
Well, Gohan, but that's the next promo. That's the
Is it?
yeah. So it goes Bardock then Gohan. So I've already signed up for all those.
Okay, well, let's talk about the Gohan, whoever hasn't seen it. The combos with this Buu, which sucks now because I doubt there's going to be a better card to pair with this Buu than that Gohan.
So I'm reading this card again, right? I'm reading the Buu. Where's... I got too many windows up. Choose 1 under this card for the duration of the turn. Discard... So I guess I'm confused, right? And hopefully you can help me clear this out. So on the activate made once per turn, it says choose 1 Sun Gohan Adolescence under this card for the duration of the turn. This card can battle. So I guess if you don't have that card, you can't steal abilities, right?
I would imagine.
Okay. So
yeah, he's actually also bad if you don't evolve him, because then he can't trigger either ability.
Yeah. So well, right now, if you guys go to your LGSs right now, the BCC Volume 1 is the Bardock's. Volume 2 is actually the Sun Gohan Adolescence that we're talking about, that you kind of need to go get for this promo. For this, the promo, you gotta get the promo for this Buu that we just talked about, the Grand Evil Absorption Majin Buu, right? The promo is a 3-drop, 2 red mandatory ability unleash Ultimate Gohan. Auto, when this card attacks, you may draw 1 card. If you do not draw a card with this skill, this card gains double strike for the duration of the turn. He's a 15K. So you use the promo, and then you can evolve it with the Buu.
Evolve into Buu.
Evolve into Buu.
So the Buu says you pick this Gohan, and then you have dual attack. So you can either draw twice, dual attack, double strike, or do 1 and 1. Because why not? As a 30K.
Yeah. Jeez, that is going to be ridiculous, right? Ridiculous.
But see, that I don't like that it's requiring a promo.
But the promo is going to be, it's going to be easy to obtain, though.
Is it though?
So, yeah, because like up until like I believe I'm signed up all the way through January, and Bardock's and Gohan promos are coming at me like there's no tomorrow. As long as you, so again, my issue is that Bandai is saying that they are entry promos. If I get more than 16 people, they are top 16 promos. I'm not cracking 2 kits for this. Because there's no way for me to get more, right? I think that's fair, right? Top 16 promos.
I mean, it's what you have. You can't give things you don't have out.
Well, I mean, people come to me and people have yelled at me in the past because it's supposed to be a participation promo. I'm sorry. I'm trying to participate, by getting you more stuff, and it's not working out. How about that? So, what are you doing? That you sound like you're moving stuff around.
I am moving stuff around. I'll stop.
You getting too excited with some magic stuff? I'm trying to get ready for next weekend.
No, I'm just trying to sort out all my crap. I don't ever have time, and then we're doing the podcast. And I'm not going to give up on the podcast. I just want to make sure we get it done, but I also have other things I need to get done.
No, well, I'm not disagreeing with you. So, but yeah, I mean, this Gohan is going to be easy to obtain because all you got to do is go to your LGS and get one when you, however they're handing them out. At Bearded Collectibles, we're doing top 16. Sometimes we get 16 players. Sometimes we get 17 players. Sometimes we get 20 or 30. I feel really crappy when we get 17 and I only have 16 promos to give out. So,
nice.
Yep. So next thing we're going to talk about, right, is promos, right? We're just talking about the Alliance's Gohan. We were talking about the BCC Volume 2s. One of the confirmations I just got, let me verify, because I want to make sure I get this right. Stand by. Tony, you standing by? I think he's standing by. He had to mute himself. Let me reread this confirmation.
Yeah, go ahead. I yelled at them.
Where is this? I just got confirmation that Bandai said I can, for anybody who pre-ordered boxes from Bearded Collectibles, you will be getting your promos.
Is it confirmed?
So we have a local. His name is Fernando, and he's quite a character. And he came out the other day and said something was confirmed. And when he says confirmed, it really means that he doesn't know what he's talking about or making stuff up. And he knows it. It's just like an ongoing joke, so ongoing local joke. But it's confirmed, guys. You're getting your promos. You order from Bearded Collectibles or anybody else who's a brick and mortar, right? So if the store you're ordering from is only online sales, no brick and mortar, they're not getting promos in the first place. None at all. I'm a brick and mortar. I have a physical location. I'm getting the promos. Promos are being shipped out to you guys. Is a win-win for everybody. Am I right? Am I right?
Sounds like it to me.
I wish I could do like a round of applause.
Don't ever get a soundboard.
It's funny because on here there's a soundboard. I just haven't set that up yet.
Yeah, don't.
Oh, so I'm excited because there's a lot of people who are questioning or asking about that.
Actually, a good question, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
100% a good question, so I'm excited for that. I'm excited for people to be able to receive these promos because, you know, I have a feeling that these are printed into oblivion, just like hopefully they continue to do with the tournament kits, because there's going to be a lot of them out there in the wild. So I just hope that they become more easily obtainable. So last thing I want to talk about is tournaments. You know, ARG just had their first or second tournament for Dragon Ball Super. 32 people showed up. Mr. Waffles, Aaron was the judge over there. Want to give a shout out to Top 8. Good job, guys. Jordan Merkel, my boy, came out in first place, I believe, maybe. I should have confirmed that first before I said that. But I know he was in the top tables almost the whole day. I'm just excited for it to see this to continue to expand. They did 60 minutes, best of 3. In the current meta, I can see where that's difficult to obtain. Because sometimes, you know, it's not like Magic where you kind of know you need to scoop and move on to game 2. Sometimes in this game, you really can't, because it might be one decisive moment where you come back and totally catch your opponent off guard, and next you know you're back in the game or you win the game. Tony, I want this game to be best of 3. Hopefully set 2 makes it into a best of 3 game, but I gotta hear, you know, I'm listening to the concerns of current players, even the players who topped 8. Some of them went into time after game 2. So What do you think about that?
It's rough because 30 minutes is way too little time for one game, but then 60 minutes isn't long enough for three. So it's kind of weird.
It really isn't. Sometimes we have the issue at Bearded where we could be waiting for 1 or 2 games weekly for them to finish, and then everybody else is just talking, trading, or playing other games because sometimes people finish in 5 to 10 minutes, sometimes people finish in 35 minutes. So it's kind of hard to gauge that based on that. So I don't know. Nonetheless, I'm excited that ARG is moving forward. We need this game to grow and to expand. Jim did a great job from what I hear with the event. He explained the rules, did everything right. When he comes down to the Florida area, I expect to see a lot of old faces. I can't wait. It's going to be exciting to see people. I love going to conventions and stuff like that. So these tournaments, guys, and as soon as more stores get their tournament kits again, I'm sure there's going to be more stores hosting more events. One of the things I have an issue with is that right now I feel like people are not showing up to tournaments when there's no tournament packs. And that kind of bothers me because, I feel like people are in it just to flip the promo quickly as a monetary gain value instead of actually enjoying playing the game. And that's where I have an issue with. Tony, what do you think about that, man?
I mean, I think you're right, but I really can't tell anybody not to do it either,
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, correct. Because once they get their promo, it's theirs. They can do whatever they want with it. But it's interesting because there was a time like this last week where I didn't hand out tournament packs. Right. First of all, I didn't have any. Second of all, the place where I get them from, or the store that absolutely tells me that they have no super players, and I confirmed it because there's no players in that area. I guess from what I've seen or from what, anyways, it hasn't come in, and I was giving out Light of Hope trunks to people and play mats, but people want, and when I mean the Light of Hope trunks, the Light of Hope trunks I got at Anime Expo, the free one with the text at the bottom. Some people don't show up because there's no tournament packs. I get calls in. There was even a post today about somebody mentioning that they were at their LGS and there were so many people calling to ask if they had tournament packs and no one showed up because they didn't have any.
That's
I mean,
rough.
if a store doesn't want to host tournaments or is trying to host tournaments and they have no tournament packs, guys, you still got to support your LGSs. Otherwise, where are you going to play? McDonald's, Starbucks?
Chinese restaurant?
I guess. And, store owners, if you guys think running a store is so easy, it is not. I'm telling you from firsthand experience. I was in your shoes once. I didn't have a store 2 years ago. I was like, oh, this is going to be easy. This is going to be cake. I can do X, Y, and Z. Start it up. No, it's not cake, guys. Like, between paying monthly taxes, well, I'm in the state of Florida, so taxes, keeping up with inventory, shipping stuff out, no sleep, being married, luckily I don't have kids.
Just even say if it was easy, everyone would do it.
Yeah, just even saying that, I got exhausted just by saying that little spiel right there. Guys, you still got to support your LGSs, show them love. They trust me, like everybody is contacting distributors to get stuff, and we're all fighting for the same thing, because at the end of the day, the store makes money, the store's profitable. When the store's profitable, the owners are happy, they're able to buy new equipment, buy multiple different items for the store, and expand if needed. Support your LGSs, guys. That's all I gotta say. Beer loves you guys. I don't know, man. I think, Tony, we're gonna cut it off with that. You got any final words?
Oh, I think that was a pretty good one. We were really involved.
Yeah, guys. Again, like I said, support your LGSs. If your LGS doesn't want to support you, support the beard. Much love. Grow it out, your beard.
Of course.
And stay tuned for more exciting details from Bearded Collectibles coming soon. Good night. Good love. Bearded love. Talk to you guys soon.
Later.